Hello, my name is Benjamin Hart. I'm an American attorney and the Managing Director of Integrity Legal here in Bangkok, Thailand. As the title of this video suggests, we're discussing the K-1 Fiance visa interview, which is generally held at a U.S. embassy or consulate abroad. Now, I'm going to make this video specific to the U.S. embassy here in Bangkok. We are based in Bangkok, Thailand, so most of the cases we deal with arise and process through this embassy. That being said, I've dealt with the U.S. consulate in, I should say the U.S. Embassy, but the immigrant visa unit at the U.S. Embassy in Phnom Penh, as well as the immigrant visa unit at the U.S. Embassy in Laos, Vientiane, Laos specifically, as well as Malaysia, Myanmar, although with the travel ban on Myanmar, that's not really frequent these days, as well as the posts in Singapore and Vietnam. So we're very Southeast Asia centric in our firm, and we're very Thailand-centric in our firm, but a lot of this insight can be garnered at a general level as well. So the thing to understand about the fiancé visa interview is I get people that ask me, well, do I need to come over for my fiancé visa interview? Do I need to be there when she goes in for the interview? And it's usually a she in cases involving Thailand, although the roles could be reversed, gender roles, I should say, or in our same-sex cases, we oftentimes see them asking, do I need to be there with my fiance? And the short answer is no, you do not. And in fact, there are negatives that can arise as a result of being present. For example, we have seen situations where, for example, a consular officer where an American citizen shows up, goes ahead and initiates what's oftentimes referred to as a Stokes interview, where they basically start grilling people on the ins and outs of their relationship. That's not really a place you want to be. But as a practical day-to-day matter, that doesn't really come up very often. However, security protocols at the U.S. Embassy, at least here in Thailand, are ever present. And generally speaking, unless there's something specific the consular officer needs clarification on, only the applicant is going to be able to be present at the interview. And I've seen a lot of fake lawyers out on the internet talking about this, and I don't know if it's specifically to go after me or to go after other consular processing attorneys that deal with this a lot. And some of them will say, well, no one can ever be at the interview. That's not necessarily true. There are circumstances where attorney presence may be warranted at an interview, but as a security matter, generally speaking, no, we're not going to see that. Now, I have dealt with the embassy frequently. I was just down there a couple of weeks ago dealing with an immigrant visa-related matter. That being said, it's not the most frequent thing in the world, and where I do have to deal directly with the immigrant visa unit, generally speaking, some sort of appointment is in order. It's not something that just comes up all the time, but it does happen, and I have been down there and I have dealt with them directly in many different situations when it comes up. What we do assist with, and what I think is very important with respect to a consular processing attorney, is providing insight into how the post processes the case. That can be vital, if for no other reason than it puts the applicant at ease about going through the process. Just understanding what they can expect at both the interview and the intake. I mean, there's a substantial number of security protocols at the U.S. Embassy in Bangkok alone, notwithstanding the fact that there are different protocols, for example, at the U.S. Embassy in Laos or the U.S. Embassy in Cambodia. So again, these things shift a little bit, and having someone on hand that's dealt with this for a prolonged period of time can be really beneficial, especially for someone who does not speak English natively and does not really deal with government agencies on a frequent basis. It can really lighten the load on those folks to have some insight into how this is going to work. But that being said, the thing to take away from this video, and really what's the main focus of this video, is should I go? Should me, the American petitioner, be going with my fiance to the interview? And especially with respect to Thailand and Southeast Asia, the general answer is no. And if you are going to be going, generally speaking, this is going to be a case involving some rather extenuating circumstances, and you're probably going to want to go ahead and get some legal advice, professional legal guidance as to what to expect at the interview, or even have representation at the interview if the circumstances warrant it, because generally speaking, the American petitioner's presence is not going to be allowed at a K-1 fiancé visa interview.